If you're watching this video, you've probably tried everything. You've done the expensive linen bed sheets, Pinterest boards, the expensive workout sets. You're probably in the right place because I am going to tell you that you don't need a 5 a.m. hardcore hustle bro routine to actually be able to lock in, even when you physically can't. First things first, you are not lazy. The most important thing in a journey where you know that you want to make changes with the way you are with yourself is to change your I ams. If I wake up in the morning and I say, I am not going to be able to have a good day, those are the things I am unconsciously inviting into my life. Guys, it took me a lot of time to realize because I feel like there are times we say these things to be funny and you don't realize that even though you're trying to be funny, you're also inviting these things into your life. For starters, if you feel like you're struggling, you want to first make sure you have a clean space around you. Something as simple as just cleaning your work table where you do most of your work, and then maybe inculcating a habit of doing your bed, maybe trying to fold your laundry. This sounds so simple, but I know that it's literally impossible to do because there are days where I have laundry sitting on the bed from like weeks, and it's just folding it and putting it into the slot just takes me forever. I'm sure you've heard this in school, you've heard it from your parents, you've heard it from your friends. Comparison is a thief of joy. The minute you compare yourself to people that you see on screen, you see on Instagram, these influencers and celebrities, even these a bunch of videos online which tell you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to set this routine, you need to be able to wake up at 5 a.m. and cook a meal and do this, and it's not how it works. Not everyone has the same 24 hours. My 24 hours might be different from yours, and yours will definitely be different from theirs. You don't have someone doing your work, you have other responsibilities, and comparing what you are capable of and what they are capable of is what's gonna first things first just pull you down. You need to understand that their life is theirs to live. What they do, it's great that they're able to do so much if they are, and what you're able to do, it's great as well. The next thing that works for me is actually being able to write things down. I like to write it on a book or maybe on my phone and actually scratch it off as you do it. Because there are days where at the end of the day you feel like, what did I do? Like, was today a complete waste? But you actually lived through a whole day. You've accomplished so much, you've done so much, but you don't acknowledge those things. And by actually putting them on paper, you realize that, you know what? I've had quite the day and I've done quite the amount of things, and I should be giving myself credit for everything that I've done. Moving from this, the next step, making very minute changes to your schedule. So now that you have your whole schedule laid out in front of you, what you want to do is you want to be able to understand where it is that you feel like you want to start off. So let's say, for example, you wake up in the morning and you go to work. So before you go to work, you need half an hour to get dressed, get ready, feel fresh, and leave the house. You probably get breakfast on the way or probably, order it from out. You want to change that habit and you want to start making yourself a breakfast at home. What you could do is start waking up 15 minutes earlier. Once you feel like you've settled into that little 15-minute, earlier than your normal schedule, you try to go back and see, you want to start going to the gym. So maybe you just wake up half an hour earlier than that. So now you go to the gym, you come back, you have a shower, you do eat a breakfast, and then you go to work. If I have to wake up tomorrow at 5 o'clock, make a protein shake, go to the gym, do a very heavy workout, come back, get dressed for work, make a breakfast, and go to work, by the time I'm halfway through my day, I'm exhausted. I did not probably do my job well. I'm unhappy, I'm grumpy, I'm sleepy, I'm tired. I come home, I just get done with the rest of my day, and once I go to sleep, I will not want to wake up the next day because I know that it's so daunting to have to do all of that and to feel what I went through yesterday. So what's my next best bet is I'm going to see the time and I'm going to say, oh, it's 5:05, it's fine. I'm going to start tomorrow because I need to be up by 5 to be able to do everything that I want to do. A very realistic way to actually be able to make changes is to do it very slowly. It could take you months, and that's completely okay. But your body should not feel that shock. You should actually be excited about going to get a workout in or to actually cook your own meal. Because one of the best things you could do for yourself is be consistent with whatever you start. If you start something that's very difficult to follow through with, you're not going to be consistent. So the minute you get a break, you're going to feel like, I don't need to continue it moving forward, and you go back to square one. I was fine the way I was. If you make small consistent changes, you're going to realize it's a little easier to convince yourself the next morning, saying just 15 minutes, I can get a quick meal in. It's very important to be able to understand when is the best time to start. If you're the kind of person that says, oh, I want to start working out, and I'm going to do it from 5 o'clock onwards, and then you say, maybe I can start it next Monday onwards, or you'll tell yourself, I'll start it from the 1st of August. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If it is 5 minutes past 5, you're going to say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. If you somehow don't manage to get a workout in on Monday, you're going to say, let's do it next week. If you don't get a workout in on the 1st of August, you're going to say, let me start it next September. So what you don't want to do is set a time for you to be able to make that change. Make the change right now. If you feel like, you know what, I need to start working out, and if you have the free time, go out for a walk. It doesn't have to be heavy, but you have to start small so that you don't feel so overwhelmed by the next day that it's like, I did 10 things yesterday, today I couldn't get even one in. If I just go out for a walk and I feel like that was easy, was not so difficult to do, I will be able to convince myself the next day as well, you know what, it's just a 10-minute walk, I can get at least 5,000 steps in. I think the best thing that you could do before the end of the year is just know that whatever you were at the start of the year and what you are at the end of the year is a different but a better version. We are here to build consistency, you and me. So let's do it together. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.